Hi, I'm Douglas Paskevich. I'm the guy who writes Arsenic Lullaby, and I'm the guy who illustrates Arsenic Lullaby, and actually I publish Arsenic Lullaby independently. Now, if all that sounds like a lot of work, it's because it is a lot of work.
I use a brush for all my inking. A lot of people now use technical pens, which are sort of not as versatile. Michelangelo used a brush on the Sistine Chapel, and so I use a brush in my ridiculous comic books.
The probably most aggravating part of the process, though, is just getting the book from me to you. In order to publish a comic book independently, you have to deal with a system that was created about 30 years ago for publishers like Marvel and DC Comics, and it's just a... Let me just walk you through it. It's probably the best way to do it. Here's what I have to do. I create the comic book, then I get the distributor to carry the comic book. The distributor then puts the comic book in the catalog with all the other comic books and ships that catalog to stores, where you tell the stores what you want. The stores place their orders. Those orders then go to the distributor, who then sends those orders to me. I then send those orders to the printer. The printer then ships the orders to the distributor. The distributor then ships the orders to the stores, and then there you have it, a scant 2.5 months later. The book that started with me is now finally in your hands. Now, I've been assured that they're trying to streamline that process a little bit, and I'm sure they will. It is their business after all, but until then, how about we just put all that on the side and you and I deal directly. Now, what is Arsenic Lullaby? Trying to explain that is sort of like trying to explain The Far Side or The Twilight Zone. There's really no way to do it and give it justice without sounding like a lunatic. So really your best bet is just to check the samples out here on this page. But I'm going to warn you right off the bat, this book isn't for everybody. You have to have sort of a dark sense of humor, and if you do, you'll like it right off the bat. I've been in the comic book industry for about 10 years. I've been doing work for Mad Magazine for the last 6 years, and this book we're trying to put out right now is my best work in probably the last 6-7 years, and that includes everything I've done in Mad Magazine. It's really good stuff, and you can trust me, it takes me about 10-15 hours to finish a page. I'm not going to put that kind of work into something unless I know it's really good. So check out the samples. Again, it's not for everybody. But look through those, and keep in mind there's longer stories, but that's really your best way of getting your feet wet on this thing. My work in Arsenic Lullaby has been nominated for the industry's highest awards. It was nominated for the Eisner Award, it was nominated for the Harvey Award, it was nominated for the Comicdom Award overseas. It is quality stuff if you have a despicable disposition. It's in comic book format, but actually we're trying to make a nice square-bound collection. We're trying to put it out in color, so it's going to be a nice, substantial book. And even though it's in comic book format, it's not Spider-Man fighting Dr. Octopus. It's not superhero stuff. You know, at last estimation, there's been 90,000 pages of Spider-Man. Let me give you an idea what that means. The Bible, Old and New Testament together, are 800 pages, but we have 90,000 pages of Spider-Man. Do you need another 24 pages next month? No. You don't. You don't need to read Spider-Man fighting Dr. Octopus again. They've been fighting since 1964. Hey, Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, you suck at your jobs. You haven't even managed to kill each other accidentally. You should just get a room, because, you know, repressed, prurient interest is the only explanation at this point for you two to be punching each other in public for 5, 10 decades. So it's enough already with that. It's not even fun for me, like, for morbid curiosity. It's like watching a married couple on the brink of divorce having an argument about her sister for the 98th time. You know, you just want to leave the room and come back in 3 months to see who got the kids. You know, it's enough already. It's just turned into this bizarre Shakespearean sexual tension, you know. Well, hey, look, if this was one of those Japanese comic books and you had a young guy in college in a skin-tight outfit and an older guy with a bowler haircut, a bunch of tentacles, we don't know what's coming next, right? So anyhow, all that aside, a friend of mine, Raven, who's also an independent publisher, he said, look, what you do doesn't really have anything to do with the rest of the comic book industry. Your book isn't like anything else out there. Why don't you get on Kickstarter and just handle it that way? I said, oh yeah, you know, Kickstarter. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I can barely find porn on the internet. Porn, ironically, is the only word you can misspell into a search engine and not get porn. There's no U in porn. It's not like porn. Yeah, well, I know. That's why I have an editor. But yeah, I can't very well call my editor at 4 in the morning and go, hey, it's me. How do you spell porn? Then I need a new editor. Anyhow, what we've done is we've set some pledge levels where you can basically pledge the amount of the comic book, and then you get the comic book. Easy, right? None of this middle stuff, and none of that. You pledge the amount of a comic book, I send you the comic book. Easy. And the benefit of that is that it's starting with me and going right to you is each one of these collections I sign and I put a little sketch in there for you, just an added benefit of us dealing direct. So look through those samples. If you like what you saw, we'd appreciate the help. Thank you.